Alright, so I'm going to show you how to properly re-index a magazine into a flap. There seems to be an issue, a lot of things, especially with these flaps, especially with things like the recce rig and some others I've seen have mentioned that it's hard to re-index them after you take it out, mainly because of things like elastic. I don't really agree. I think they just haven't figured it all out. Now you will have to make sure the flap's up whenever you do that, but then you just drop from the back. Most people I've seen are trying to go from the front like it's a solid mag pouch, which isn't really going to work. Now, this is slower, is you go in from the side, through, push it out, just insert. If you want to hit it again, you can. Then you can flip it flat back. Then you're all good. This does work also. Now this is on a plate carrier, or this is the UR tactical rig, so it works just fine on this one. It should work fine on the Cry. It should work on Emerson gear, any of these like that. And actually the one that I've seen mentioned the most is the recce rig from Onward Research. This thing, it's mentioned all the time as being hard to insert, as though, because it's like that, you can't reinsert, obviously, because of the elastic. Now if you just go from the back, one-handed, perfectly fine, you have no issues. It also works with Sten mags. Now with Sten mags, there's not much of a lip, so you kind of have to come at a sharper angle, usually from the back side there, to shove them out. And it actually does help if they're loaded, I've noticed, so it kind of drags it down a little. But this works just fine. And now, though, of course, if you want to do something like what some people do is speed reload their mags, it still works just well. It's like that. And that's all one-handed. You still have your rifle in your other hand. I haven't been using my other hand for anything. Take that out, put it back up. And now, of course, you do have the issue with the flap getting in the way, which is just a downside of flap designs. Now, though, with anything else, though, you would have to worry about like a bungee getting in the way, which can sometimes be a pain in the butt or anything, but it works for both. Doesn't really matter position either. You can kind of just insert. One-handed all the time, easy. The hardest thing, though, would be like if it's your farthest away, because I'm a lefty shooter, I'm using my right hand, but it still works just fine. There you go. How to properly re-index magazines using a flap system.